What is an alpha? This is a longer one, but it's important. Defining the alpha male. This always upsets all kinds of dudes. You kind of have to put what an alpha male is in your brain. And then this kind of destroys it sometimes. Defining the alpha male. This is from Royacy, Chateau Hartis. Many want to believe that getting girls is ancillary to being a true alpha male, that the real measure of an alpha lies in his ability to dominate other men, or his command of his environment, or his thirst for swashbuckling adventure. While these are admirable traits, they are nothing but a means to an end. Make no mistake, at the most fundamental level, the crux of a man's worth is measured by his desirability to women, whether he chooses to play the game or not. Pussy is the holy grail. That is why the obese, socially maladroit nerdboy who manages to unlock the gate to the secret garden and bang a 10 regularly is an alpha male. And that is also why the rich, charming entrepreneur who, because of an emotional deficiency or mental sickness, lives mired in parched celibacy is not an alpha male. And this upsets a lot of people, especially people that guys that understand like the word alpha is like that study from the wolf study where like there's one alpha wolf, and there's a leadership component to alpha and beta leaders and followers. But in the real world and in our world, alpha refers to a man who is attractive to women and brings those women into his life. And a beta being, no matter how rich or successful or brave or accomplished he is, if he can't pull women, he's a beta. And you see it all the time. You see tall, athletic, successful athletes or military guys, and they go home and they're begging for scraps of pussy from their overweight wife. And that is just not an alpha situation. And that's what we try to convey to people in our world. Alpha is measured by the three influences of rank, and I always have it in here. How hot are the women he attracts? How strong is that attraction for him? And how many women find him attractive? That's why, like that Chris Powell that unfortunately murdered his family of all things, who's getting nudes and letters and being pursued by hundreds of women while he's, basically in jail for life, falls under the heading of an alpha. And this upsets a lot of guys, but it doesn't change the fact of what it is. And so that's why when I include pictures of like Trump and Powell and some thug who girls murdered each other over, it happens every day, is more alpha than the accomplished multimillionaire business owner who can't get a date. And it happens all the time. It's just like I kind of try to convey to guys that every Friday night you go to any like larger gym and there'll be 10 or 15 handsome, accomplished, muscular, well-built guys that are just at the gym on a Friday and Saturday night, because as accomplished as they are, they have no girls in their life because they are either socially awkward or shy, and if they have everything else going for them, and you would look at them and think, surely this guy does well with women, but they do not have any girls in their life because they are socially awkward or shy. These are the two big things that, I have at a certain point, even before I knew the game, I was like, what is the common denominator here that these dudes are not out and about on a Friday or Saturday night, meeting girls or going out and doing things? It's either a congenital shyness that they've carried their whole life, or socially awkward. And the awkward is just, they try, but they've not had much luck. But at the end of the day, when you define what an alpha is, it's the total package, but they don't have to be rich. They don't have to be successful. Every broke bartender, there's a few in every city, is banging, a bunch of 8s on his mattress on the floor. He's not rich, he's not successful, but he's charming, and he may be, he's got something, he has something, because they don't even have to be that good looking, and they are still closing constantly. So just keep that in mind, that when you're talking about alpha in our world, it does not correlate with athletic, business, wealth, anything. Because we know, and the number one thing, rich guys don't have any problem. There's plenty of wealthy guys that can't score a girl that you would want to be seen with to save their life. They're good at making money. They were in the right place at the right time. They come from family money. It doesn't matter. But they can't attract a woman that they want to be around or that is worth being around to save their life. Therefore, they fall under that beta heading. Again, there is no, the other factors, the attractiveness, the muscularity, the height, none of these things are fatal to being able to be attractive to women. Attractive to women. Game can raise your points 2-3 points, just knowing game and understanding logistics and targeting, and being able to tell a story that displays high value. There's all these things that work together that make you more attractive to women, and then being able to reel them in without pushing them away at the same time. So defining the alpha male, many want to believe that girls are attracted to what we value as men, like honor, accomplishments, success, wealth, athletic endeavors, military endeavors. But to women, none of that matters. It's window dressing. Women are looking for charisma, and there's all these other non-physical factors. That's why women are better online, because they're just kind of like evaluating your resume to a certain extent, and men are better in person because we have more presence, and that carries weight. And that's why you want to get them off the phone or off the apps as fast as possible and in front of you, because that's where you dominate, is in person. That's where your charisma can come through, your jokes, your laugh, your presence matters. And that's the real deal between alpha and beta. And it really confuses a lot of guys, and it upsets a lot of men. They're like, oh, the guy's doesn't have any money, but it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter. Girls don't even think it. They don't know what car you're driving. They don't care where you live. None of this matters for 99% of women. They're just looking for that it factor, which we call game. So that's the real deal. Hope that helps you kind of discern what alpha and beta is when you hear these terms kind of being thrown around. So just in time for the holidays, and I wrote this